Hey, what's up everybody? This is Dom, and the moment you have been waiting for is finally here. Apple has announced the iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus, being the 4.7-inch model and the 5.5-inch model, and the rumors are finally through. Everything is official, laid out on a silver platter, so we're going to get into all those details today and also go over the announcement of Apple Watch. So just in case you might have missed anything from the keynote, I will link all the coverage on 9to5Mac down below, and also a link to Apple's product pages as well, so you can check those out. But let's go ahead and get into the details from today's iPhone 6 and Apple Watch announcement. So Apple didn't waste a whole lot of time during the keynote getting to these announcements. They really just started out the presentation and went straight into the iPhone announcements. We have the iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus, and like I said, those equal out to be the 4.7-inch model for the standard iPhone 6, and the iPhone 6 Plus will give you that 5.5-inch display. Now there are some different specifications that come along with these devices though. So first off, the iPhone 6 has a resolution of 1334 by 750 with 326 pixels per inch, and then we have the iPhone 6 Plus that has a resolution of 1920 by 1080 with 401 pixels per inch. Now seriously guys, I know this is long overdue in the iPhone department, but to have an iPhone with a 1080p display, now as far as dimensions, the iPhone 6 is a mere 6.9 millimeters thin, and then we have the iPhone 6 Plus at just a little bit more at 7.1 millimeters. Now the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus will come in 16, 64, and 128 gigabyte configurations. They're also packed with the Apple A8 chip that will give you 20% faster CPU and 50% faster graphics. We also do have the second generation M8 Motion coprocessor, and as far as camera performance goes, well, there are a couple of variations between the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. One of them may be a big deal for most of you. The iPhone 6 has an 8 megapixel camera with True Tone flash, as we're used to seeing on the previous generation. We have an f2.2 aperture, digital image stabilization, cinematic video stabilization, and continuous autofocus during video. And for the iPhone 6 Plus, you're actually getting the addition of optical image stabilization. Now that may not be a big deal to everybody, but I think it's an important factor to have when countering in video recording on your iPhone. So it'll pretty much eliminate most shaky video when using the iPhone handheld to record videos like most people do. But let me know what you think about that feature down in the comments section. So as I mentioned, for the iPhone 6 Plus, we are getting optical image stabilization, but both camera sensors actually feature focusing technology that is similar to what is found in the Canon 70D. So it can actually read the depth from whatever's in front of your camera and focus accordingly. It's pretty fast focusing as far as the 70D is concerned, so I'm excited to see that technology come over to the iPhone. As for video, we do have some improvements across the board. The iPhone 6 and 6 Plus can shoot 1080p video at 30 or 60 frames per second, and if you were a fan of slow-mo, you'll be happy to know that you can actually capture 240 or 120 frame per second video and slow it down for some super slow-mo action. So I'm pretty excited to get my hands on that. So you would think with a bigger iPhone, we could stick a bigger battery inside of it and get better battery life, right? Well, that's mostly true. There's actually some battery enhancements across the board for the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. And as you can see by this chart, there are definitely battery improvements across the board, especially when compared to the iPhone 5S. But it looks like you're getting the best deal as far as battery life goes with the iPhone 6 Plus. Now, though I haven't mentioned every single feature and detail of the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, I will leave all the links down below that you need to check out the coverage on 9to5Mac and on Apple's website on the product pages for the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. Now I know what you're thinking, with a larger display iPhone, it's probably going to be harder to use it with one hand, and you would be right, because with phones like the LG G3 or the Samsung Galaxy S5, it's a bit harder to use it just with one hand. You have to use two hands to tap around at the top items and stuff like that. Well, Apple has integrated something called reachability, which they hope will fix that for most people, though we haven't tested it yet, so we're not exactly sure if that's going to be the case. So reachability allows you to double tap on the home button, and it shifts down the screen, just kind of cutting it in half almost. That will allow you to access those top UI elements inside of an app or on the home screen or anything like that. So it's It's kind of a solution. Like I said, we haven't given it a shot yet, so we don't know exactly how this is going to work, but it seems overall that it will allow you to reach those top UI elements just by shifting that screen down. It may not look as elegant as we want it to, but it gets the job done, I guess, and we'll have to test it out in the future when the iPhone 6 is officially launched. So speaking of iPhone launches, if you want to get your hands on an iPhone 6 or 6 Plus, you're going to have to pre-order it or wait in line at the stores. Now, pre-orders open on September 12th, 2014, and the iPhone 6 will be priced at $199 on a 2-year contract or $299 for the iPhone 6 Plus. Now, the official launch is happening on September 19th, 2014, where you'll be able to queue up in line at an Apple store to buy it in a store or possibly get it from your carrier. So those are kind of the things that you need to consider there. Like I said, it's going to be $199 on contract for the iPhone 6 and $299 on contract for the iPhone 6 Plus. If you thought large displays were long overdue on an iPhone, Apple has introduced NFC with the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, and this will work alongside Apple's payment system called Apple Pay. And what that does is it allows you to pay for things at over 220,000 merchant locations here in the US using American Express, MasterCard, or Visa through a wide variety of banks that issue those cards. So all you have to do is tap your phone on the payment location inside of the store and use Touch ID to authenticate, and you are done. But that will also work with the iPhone 5, 5S, and 5C using Apple Watch, and we are about to get into that right now. So Apple has entered the wearables market with Apple Watch, and I know that seems like a simple name, but there's quite a bit of functionality that comes along with this watch. Now, they haven't gone over everything, but there are a few details that we do know about. First off, Apple Watch will be compatible with the iPhone 6, the iPhone 6 Plus, the iPhone 5S, iPhone 5C, and iPhone 5. So that's a wide range of devices that are going to be compatible with this new wearable. Now, in case you were curious, Apple Watch will be available in 3 different models. We have Apple Watch Sport, and Apple Watch Edition. So those will be the 3 models that are available to consumers, and they all do feature a proprietary watch strap system that allows you to easily switch out the strap with plenty of proprietary watch straps that Apple will sell you. So that's something that you have to look forward to. If you're a fan of switching out watch straps, you're probably only going to be able to get those from Apple in the near future. Now, one of the biggest things with Apple Watch is that they're actually using a traditional dial on the side of the watch for some of the navigation. Now, of course, it does have a touchscreen, and we don't have a lot of details about all of that just yet, but they have featured what is a digital crown that allows you to navigate through menus and scroll and zoom and things like that within the watch interface. And speaking of the watch interface, it's quite different than anything we've seen on iOS at this point, and I actually do like the design of the interface and icons and everything overall. Now, as far as features and specifications go, well, we don't have a lot at this point. Apple introduced WatchKit, which will allow developers to make their apps compatible with Apple Watch, so that's a good thing. You can look forward to having your Twitter feed and Facebook on Apple Watch and be able to respond to messages and stuff like that. You basically get most of the functionality you would consider having with a smartwatch, such as being able to use Siri and voice dictation on the watch to reply to messages and emails, things like that. Now, we do also have a Retina display that they know is laminated to a single crystal of sapphire, so it will be super durable as far as scratch resistance goes, and you won't have to worry about any little nicks or anything coming out of that because, as some of you may know, sapphire crystal is extremely durable. Apple Watch also includes infrared and visible light LEDs along with photo sensors that will detect pulse rate and other data, and it works great with health apps as well. So they want you to use the health app on iOS 8 and track your data and stuff from Apple Watch, so they all kind of tie in together. So let's go ahead and recap the 3 main products that were announced today. First off, we have the 4.7-inch iPhone 6 and the 5.5-inch iPhone 6 Plus, and both of those will be available for pre-order on September 12th, 2014, and launch in store on September 19th, 2014. Now, the iPhone 6 will retail at $199 on a carrier contract, while the iPhone 6 Plus will be at $299 on a carrier contract. We don't have off-contract pricing at this point, but I would assume that the iPhone 6 will come in at $649, while the iPhone 6 Plus will come in at $749, and that would be for the base 16GB model. But now you can get it in a 16GB, 64GB, or 128GB model, and that is kind of a benefit, though I don't know why they didn't just do 32, 64, and 128. Seems kind of stupid to to even carry on the 16 gigabyte models, but that's just my opinion. Now, we also do have Apple Watch, and like I mentioned, that's not expected to ship until early 2015, and it will be priced at $349. So we have no further details as far as availability goes for Apple Watch, but stay tuned for that in the future. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little recap video. I just wanted to go over some of the announcements that happened during Apple's keynote, and I will leave a bunch of links down below for you in case you want to read up on some of these specifications or further information for yourself. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for my iPhone 6 coverage coming up in the near future. Thanks again for watching, everybody. This is Dom, and have a great day.